Yo guys, what is going on? Pokemon Master 556 up in here today with a BCBM video. As you can see, there's quite a bit of stuff going on in the background here for cards. Got lots of really awesome looking raw cards. Some of them won't be getting graded as they did not pass my pre-screening test, as you know, anything really above a 9 or below a 9. So anyways, let's get started because there's a bunch of stuff to go over. So I found this guy that lives in Olympia. It's like a 90-mile drive from here. I wound up hand-picking out a bunch of cards off of him. Some look like 9s, some 10s, maybe a couple 8s that I might have overlooked, which sucks. But, you know, you can't always win them, especially when you're looking over hundreds of cards just from the backs of them, making sure they don't have creases and stuff like that on them. So yeah, some of them aren't as in good a condition as I had hoped. He had a whole bunch of these types of cards, so the reverse hollow fireworks patterns from LC Legendary Collection, as you guys may know it. But yeah, I mean, you could really see just by looking at these are pretty good looking cards. I bought most of them off of him for pretty fair prices. Some were pretty good deals, especially since I did this all off of eBay, so that's a win. Got a couple of each of these. Unfortunately for the LC cards, most of them don't look like they'll grade 10s. Maybe like 2 or 3 of them. I could always hope for more, but we all know how these cards grade. It's always a print line or a print scratch, whatever going through them. This is a pretty good looking Jolteon though. I mean, it's a pretty beautiful looking card. Just to get a good feel, like condition wise. I mean, that's about it. Just a little bit of whiting up at the top, just a little couple dots. But overall, I mean, definitely 9-worthy card. Got a Hypno, and I love this Pidgeot card. As you guys know, I'm going for a complete PSA 9 to 10 set. And with some of the cards that I had actually picked up off of this seller, I will be so close to obtaining that I will just be needing a PSA 9 Gengar reverse hollow. So some other awesome eBay pickups here. Got a few really good looking no rarity symbol jungle cards, which are very hard to grade in 10s, also very rare as they are awesome error cards. Got this beautiful Vaporeon, which looks really good, and an Electrode. I mean, just looking over some of these, as you could see, the seller listed them as pack fresh cards, and they look really, really good. I think this Vaporeon has a pretty decent shot at scoring a 10, aside from maybe the left-to-right centering, stuff like that, but that's pretty typical for just about any card to not have the best of centering. So these are also from that same seller, not the from the very first seller I showed, of course. As you can see, the reverses. Of course, this light's glaring. Need to figure out a better way for lighting. Unfortunately, it hasn't been very sunny outside, so I haven't been able to use much natural sunlight for my videos, making it difficult to not have glare, stuff like that. It's been really stormy outside, and the weather sucks. This is Washington after all. Got a lot of EXs, a few, actually, just a Graveler there. Really nice looking hollow pattern on that Delcatty. Dragonite, sadly this looks like it'll only grade a 9, but I picked it up for a pretty fair deal off of him, so I wasn't going to turn it down. Looks like I missed 2 cards here. Caterpie and Electrode. Next up, so I'm not going to really go over all of these with you guys, just because it's a complete set of Gym Challenge. The rest of the cards are right here, sitting in sleeves and everything. But I bought a mint set on auction. I paid $3.75, I think, for this, and I got $20 back because a few of the cards were damaged and weren't noted as damaged, so I guess I got it for about $3.65 or so. which still isn't too bad of a deal. I remember when I very first got these sets that I paid $300 for one for the very first time I bought a set of this Gym Challenge First Edition set. As you can see, the first couple cards weren't First Edition, which kind of sucks, but you know, not everyone completes all their sets in First Edition. I figured I'd go for it anyhow. Got this Erica's Venusaur. I love this card. Every time I get it, there's always some sort of vertical or horizontal scratching in them. So we got this Blaine's Charizard, pretty nice looking card. As you can see here, I mean, the cards are quite mint. Unfortunately, I just found like small problems, scratches, small nick. One of the two of them on like all the cards basically, except for like a couple of them. So as we approach further back, these are the cards I won't be grading, so these will just be pretty much getting put inside my awesome hollow Wizards of the Coast binder that I have. So this card's just like really off center, but not so much so to warrant a OC grade. So I've got like 5 Giovanni's. So we got these awesome trainers here, and then Giovanni's Nidoking. Sadly, I won't be grading this Blaine's Arcanine because if you look at the back of this thing, see if I can get it, you kind of see the edges, how they're really white. A lot of these Arcanines have this issue for some reason. I've had like 5 different Arcanines and most of them have had that problem on the back. Sadly, both of these had like a dent on them, so I'm not going to be grading those either, but the cards are still pretty mint looking. So next up we got, oh, you guessed it, more LC cards. So I actually picked up a complete set. It was like a near complete master set. I bought it off of a guy on Instagram that is also on the forums. Then we got that Charizard. So I mean, that's a pretty good looking card, only some slight silvering on the right hand side. The border's a tad bit off, but it still looks really good. It should quite possibly come back a 9. I'm a little scared that Nick might knock it down to an 8.5. I don't know, but most of the card is pretty solid looking card though, for sure. Haven't had a chance to look them all over. I've seen the backs, they all look great as far as the backs go, but unfortunately, as he said, most of these will have pulled vertical and or horizontal factory scratches in them, but I wasn't complaining too much. I bought this all for a pretty fair price, so I'm happy with that. Man, I am just getting some nasty glare on everything right now, all together. Sucks. So got this awesome Flareon, got the Gengar, Gyarados. As you guys know, this is basically like base, jungle, and fossil slammed into one set, just like base set 2. And some rocket cards as well. Got that Ninetales there. I'm dying to get this card in a 10, both reverse and regular holo. I have this one in a PSA 10 already, the Venusaur, which is pretty sweet. Then we got that Zapdos back there. So there's those. Just tons of really awesome cards to go around for this video. Next up we got a pretty fat looking stack here of, you guessed it, the reverse holo legendary collection cards. There's 53 of these bad boys that I picked up. All these cards up here at the top are cards I'm going to be grading for myself because I still need them in a 9 or 10 grade. Electrode, Kabutops, it's been forever. I've never found a Mewtwo that was gradable, so that's awesome. Got the Graveler, Ammonite, Primeape, and a Caterpie. So weird how I'd be having hard times finding cards like Caterpie or a Geodude, or these Nidorans. Like, those things are hard for me to find in mint condition. I mean, then again, these cards are all the way back from, I think, 2002, so got that lovely Vulpix and a Pokemon Breeder. So those are all the cards that I need for my own personal collection. as PSA 9 or higher grades. Rest of them I don't really need, so I might be grading and reselling them, or just bindering some of them if they look like they're going to warrant PSA 8s or lower. Just look at the freaking hollow effect, it's just crazy. Got some uncommons here. War Turtle, I'm glad to have that in a PSA 10, along with the Blastoise. Pikachu, take a quick peek at this one. I didn't look at the back of this card earlier. These Pikachus sell for a pretty good market price, actually. Like, I've seen them sell for $20-25 just in near mint to mint conditions. So grade one of these puppies in a 9 or a 10, man, it's a good market value card. I've always noticed something weird about these Execute. As you can see here, like if you look down here at the weakness, the fire actually is not hollow, but look right here where the grass and the Psychic is, it's actually still hollow. Then you look at this next card here. So it's like they had a lot of errors when they did Execute. I don't know if I've yet to find one that wasn't corrected completely, because I have an error version as well where it's like this down here, but it's offset, so it's partially hollow on part of the grass and the Psychic, I think. It's just kind of weird. Hopefully I could find a corrected version someday, if there is one out there that exists. That way I could have all three variants. Challenge. I never realized how awesome this card was. It's got a lot of cool Pokemon in it. And we got the Pokemon Trader. So that's it for ungraded cards. And yeah, for those, as you can see back here, there is 3 more cards back here. They are pretty awesome, probably excluding this one, which I'm thinking of maybe regrading because it does look like it might grade a 10. So I just picked up this Seal Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow 9, Mint 9 card, because I didn't have it and figured I would never find one, so I picked it up for a decent price off of the seller. So that's awesome. This next card here, this one's been killing me, absolutely killing me, and it is actually the most expensive uncommon card that I have bought from this set. So, Professor Oak, first edition base set. It was a killer. Do not like how much I had to pay for it, but I still paid less than what some people have for it. So, I'm happy with that, at least, to say the least. And the very last one, the most expensive card I've bought in a while. As you can see here, it's been newly graded. Gem Mint 10 First Edition Chansey. I wanted to slap myself across the face for having to pay this much for a card. I remember when it was $800 on eBay, buy it now, and I should have clicked on it because I paid quite a few more dollars than that for this card. The guy that I bought it off of opened up 2 first edition base set boxes and pulled a whole bunch of amazingly good looking conditioned cards at graded gems. He's quite lucky to have gotten such awesome grades on his cards because he's making a killing off of those boxes, even though he spent what he did on the boxes. So it's just what happens with booster boxes. It's really hit and miss. Sometimes you get horrible first edition base set cards that have nasty silvering or print lines going through them or nicks on the back, but he got really lucky and opened up a couple really amazing booster boxes. So lucky him, lucky me for getting to find him to buy that stuff off of him. I am now only 6 hollows away from completing my first edition base set hollow set. But that's actually a lie, because I bought another one. So in my next video, you will be seeing another awesome holo. So anyways, guys, stay tuned. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Your feedback means a lot to me. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the glare. Peace.